What's up, guys? Taz here. So we're going to break down 5 oversold stocks that I'm looking at right now. We're going to go over the charts, my thoughts, what I'm looking to do with these stocks, key levels, all that good stuff. So if y'all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you all, as always, for tuning in. And guys, don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moo, each up to $2,000. Use that link down below, or simply go to stocksurfest.com/Moo. Get your stocks. We'll talk more about that later. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive into it. So check it out, guys. Right now, when I'm filming this video, what time is it, guys? Geez, I'm losing track of time. It's 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast. Not too sure when you're watching this video, but either way, it's going to be relevant no matter when you're watching it. It's not like I'm releasing it in a week from now. But either way, guys, look, all the indexes right now are all over the place. What else is new, right? This is kind of what it's been over the past couple of days. The Russell's now up 0.8% as the Nasdaq's at break even. We have the S&P up a quarter and the Dow's up about 0.5%. So we're actually up pretty much all across the board except for the Nasdaq right now, which again is at break even and honestly leaning a little bit more towards the red. We have triple Q down 14 cents, barely anything, but still a little bit down here on the day. So I guess you can say it is a green day across the board. SPY is holding pretty steady above 440, 442, which is good for the bulls in the short term. And triple Q's holding above right now. Let's see, about 368 to 369, which is a huge support. Also a good sign for the bulls in the very short term. Now, will it continue to hold this through the FOMC statement later? Or I don't even know if this comes out after that or whatever. Again, I'm not sure when I'm releasing this video. But based on the FOMC statement, who knows what direction we're going to pick, right? But as of now, we're holding above these key support levels, which is what I'm looking at on triple Q and on SPY, which you guys probably saw. We covered that yesterday, so there's no need to dive too deep into that in this video. So let's dive into the stocks that I'm looking at here, guys, that I believe are pretty oversold. And let me say this, these are all for trades, not for investments. These are all for trades. I'm simply looking at the charts with the goal of swing trading these stocks for maybe a couple of days, couple of weeks. It depends, on what stock we're talking about. The first one here is Intel, ticker symbol INTC, which is very oversold. Let me actually clear the drawing set here and get rid of these alerts. You guys can see now Intel on the day when I'm filming right now is down 3%. It's down to 35 bucks, and it was at $40 per share back in the middle of this month, about 8 days ago, about a week ago. And you guys can see it is down percentage-wise now about 13%, which puts it in correction territory. You guys can also see here on the 20-day chart, we're under the moving averages. We have a death cross, which isn't the best sign. But as you peel the layers back a little bit on Intel, guys, you can see, wait a second, we're still very much holding this uptrend. You guys can see, right? Very much holding this uptrend. Boom, you guys can see that. We're actually getting back towards the bottom of this channel. We're right above the 180 SMA right now. We're very oversold on the 4-hour chart as well. Here on the RSI, you guys can see down here. So this is one that I'm looking to see. All right, do buyers come in at about 33.50, 34, 35 bucks? This is a spot where excuse me, I would consider, picking up some shares on the dip here as a trade, maybe for a move back to the mid-high, actually more like the high 30s, maybe back to $40 plus. It's kind of like a continuation play. Let's see if buyers come in to pretty much continue this uptrend. And the next one here on the list here, and by the way, Intel again, 33 to 35 is my target to start buying a little bit, nibbling a little bit. And when I'm swing trading, guys, I don't go all in right away for the most part. Usually I'm going in 20% of my goal position size initially, then maybe another 20% buy order, then maybe the rest of the position, right? It depends, but usually I split up my buys into, 3, 4, or 5 chunks depending on the stock. But in this case, Intel 33 to 35 is where I'm looking at it. J&J is another one on the list here, guys, excuse me, which has been uptrending ever so slightly these last couple of months. And you guys can see we've been in this channel, the uptrending channel, for a couple of months that you can see here on the 4-hour chart. So now we just hit the bottom of the channel, or not, I guess the bottom. We held the higher low. We just hit that a couple of weeks ago, it looks like. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And now we're starting to spike back up. We hit above 160 bucks. We bounced off at about 157. So now it looks like we want to start going, or it wants to start going towards the mid 160s, 170, maybe higher than that. And this is not going to happen in a week or two, most likely, although it could, never say never. But this is a stock that takes a while to pan out. Usually it's Johnson & Johnson, for Pete's sake, guys. This is not a meme stock, right? But either way, I'm looking at it here at 162, the mid 160s for maybe a move past that 167 level, which is right by the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart. Let me set my alert there right now. Mark is that we're above 167. If we do crack out of there, guys, towards the mid-high 170s is where J&J could be going, and that's where I'm interested in playing this from 165, 7-ish up towards 175. That's my plan. And the next one on the list, guys, is Amazon. Let me pull this up and do an update. Remember, we called out the breakout on Amazon. I think it was last week or maybe the week before. Either way, you guys see this wedge that we were in. We called the breakout. It ripped right through that, ran all the way to 146. And full disclosure, this is one that I already own. J&J and Intel I don't own. I used to own both of those. I've gotten in and out of them, but right now I don't own those. Amazon I do own, and this is one that I've owned in my long-term account since I think 90, 95 bucks, or at least in one of the long-term accounts. This is one that I was buying in the $90, $95 range, and now it's doing obviously very well. It's at 140, and now I'm looking at it as a trade. I'm not necessarily adding more long-term shares here on Amazon stock or in Amazon stock, at least right now. But I'm looking at this as a trading opportunity because, look, we broke out. We had a lot of momentum, hit 146, and now we retraced back down to about 138, which is right by the 180 moving average here on the 4-hour chart. And now we're kind of sandwiched between these moving averages between 137-ish to about 140. So it's like, all right, what direction are we going to pick? And I'm thinking we might continue this uptrend. Call me crazy, but that's what we've been doing the last, couple of months, and we'll see if that continues here with Amazon. So again, I'm in this stock. I've been in this stock for years. Bought more in a new account. Again, at about 90, 95 bucks. That was a couple months ago, and that's actually the Patreon portfolio. If you guys want to be a part of that, see me and, watch me grow that, check out the Patreon, guys. Shameless plug. I post all my, updates to the Patreon portfolio. You get charts and ideas, what I'm doing throughout the day, the Discord chat, all that good stuff. That's on Patreon, link down below if you guys are interested. But again, this is one that I was buying in that portfolio, and of course, I've owned it before that. But most recently, again, I was buying this Amazon in the 90 to 95 range, and same with Google, right? Google was one on a side tangent here that I was buying in the 90, 95 range, and this is actually my biggest individual stock holding. I've held it for years, and this has ran a lot. Look at this now; it's at 137, guys. It was at 85 bucks a couple months ago. That was a great buy in my opinion, but now I'm not looking at it so much so as a phenomenal buy at these valuations, Google or Amazon. But again, as a trade, I'm liking Amazon here, guys. Maybe for a move back towards 147, right? 46. Maybe it goes even higher than that. So Amazon, the next one here, guys. And actually, before we talk about the next one, don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, guys, each up to $2,000. Just use that link down below, or just simply go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Listen, guys, once you open up your account and fund it with your initial $100 deposit, you get 5 stocks right off the bat. And fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And it gets even better, guys. I know this is nuts. Fund it with at least $5,000 for a limited time. On top of those 15 stocks, you also get a free share of either Google stock or Tesla stock, and I think this runs out in about 10 days, this promo, so get on it. Use that link down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers, and full disclosure, that is an affiliate link. It does help out the channel. I appreciate you all as always. And now let's talk about the last 2 stocks, which the first one I haven't talked about in a little bit here is Mercado Libre, MELI. This is one that's that recently hit 1451. That was a nice move from, pretty much being at 1190 just a couple weeks prior. So this thing went from 1180, 1190 all the way to 1450. Huge move, 23%. And now it's pretty much giving back a lot of that gain. Not all of it, obviously, but it's giving back a good chunk from 1450 down to 1350. We're now down about 7%, putting us a little bit more oversold here on the RSI. So this is actually just simply put a continuation play as well, very similar to what we saw with Intel, with Amazon, I guess, as well. This has been uptrending for months, and we've pulled back a bit. We're getting right in that, buy zone, at least for me, guys. I'm not telling you guys what to do, obviously, but right in this pocket, we've seen buyers come in there in the past time and time again. Well, maybe not so much through this time period from June to the end of July, but recently, we retraced down to the 180 SMA in the middle of August. Buyers came in. Boom. We held that trend. So let's see if we do that again. Maybe at about 1275, 1350, this window right here. So Mercado Libre, I'm looking at it on the dip here. And I'm also looking at JP Morgan, which, let me do another update on it. This is one that keeps looking better and better each day that goes on. At least as of now, guys, things can change big time by the time you're watching this video. I don't know. But we clearly got buyers to come in at 140 to 143. You guys can see we got buyers to come in. We popped. And now we're pushing towards $150, right? Right by the 180 SMA. We're right by, let's see here, the highs from a couple of days ago, from a couple of weeks ago, and we're right by the 180 moving average, which I don't know why my alert is not there right now. Let me put one at 151. If we do break this level, guys, in my opinion, we could be seeing a huge run on JP Morgan. I'm going to say it time and time again. It might not happen, but I'm thinking we break 151, guys. We have a clear-cut shot over time to 160, which could be around, let's see, 5-6% upside. That's some decent upside, guys, some decent upside here. So these are the main stocks that I'm looking at right now that are oversold, in my opinion. Mercado Libre, JP Morgan, Amazon, J&J, and Intel. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitter at Stocks Talk Stocks. I'm getting way more active on there. Link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys later.